This is a video to walk you through the 6415 baseline recording project, the 3.3 Soundtrap. So you have already opened this project from Google Classroom. If you did not click on the Soundtrap link that was attached to the assignment in Google Classroom, you are doing this wrong. Open this from Google Classroom. All right. The first thing we're going to do is record our drums. So I've got those added. I like a tempo of 80. You can pick whatever tempo you choose. We're going to set our cycle tool right here to 4 measures because we're only recording 4 bars. And if I go back to my organizer from yesterday, I have eighth notes on the hi-hat, kick on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to record that drum part. Use the instrument panel. Here we go. And I'm going to play a measure of eighth notes on you to get started, and here we go. Right, and as always, we're going to quantize to the eighth note. If you played a 16th note in there somewhere, you would quantize to the 16th. We're going to go to the piano roll and zoom in. Everything looks to be in the right space. I'm going to change my grid to eighth notes here. Everything looks to be good. I'm going to listen back to that one more time. Beautiful, that's all good. Okay, we're going to add a bass track. So guitar and bass. Now remember, this comes in as a guitar. It's a guitar sound. We want a bass sound. So I'm going to change the sound here. Click on rock. This menu is going to pop up. We're going to go to bass electric. And then we want the clean electric. Alright. Now you can see I have C1 on the bottom here. That's what we want on the bottom is C1. Okay. If yours looks like this where you have C3 on the bottom, you want to use this octave slider to move down so we have C1. C1. Okay. Alright, if we go back to our organizer, this is the pattern that I came up with yesterday. I'm going to play A1, F, C, and G. A, F, C, G. That's the order. Okay? So I'm going to practice that. Alright? If I just hit the space bar and play this, it's just going to loop this drum beat. I'm not recording anything yet. Alright? Now if I look at my piano, the note A is right here. Let me highlight this for you. This is the note A. Okay, and it's the letter N on the keyboard. If I hit N, it'll play that note A. Okay, the note F is V on my keyboard. It's right here. The note Z, all the way down here, is C on my keyboard. And then G is the letter B on the keyboard. So I'm going to go N, V, Z, B. Alright, if I go back to my organizer, my rhythm is 1, 3, and 1, 3, and 1, 3. Okay, so I'm going to practice this before I record it. When I let this play, I have an opportunity to practice. So N, V, Z, B. Alright, here I'm going to practice once. Ready, and go. Good. Okay, so I was able to do that the first time. If you're not able to do that the first time, that's okay. Spend some time practicing playing that before you record. Okay? I'm happy with that, so I'm going to record. I got my playback right here at the beginning. We're going to hit record. Here we go. That's measure 1. Here's measure 2 of my count in. And time to start. A, off. A, B, 2, off. There's my bass line. Now, if I go back to my organizer, I played on an and here. So I'm going to quantize to the eighth note because I played on an and. So we're going to quantize to the eighth. And now we need to go into the piano roll, and we need to make sure that our note ends are good. All right. If I go back to my organizer, just like I did on the last organizer we did, I have some 16th note space in here that I need to account for. So I need to change my grid size to a 16th note. So I can make sure that I get all those notes in there as long as I want them. Okay? So I need to be off on the and of 2, off on 4, and then a space on E and a space on So if I come back here, I went way too short here. This should come all the way up to the and of 2 there. So I should have 2 boxes there. This goes up to 4. That's pretty good. And we stretch that out so it fills up the entire box. Okay, so this is what matches my organizer. 1 and 2 and 3 and off on 4, and then a full box on the and. Okay, and then I just want to match all these measures. So I'm going to come over here, make sure this is trimmed nice, and we'll do the same thing here. A little too long there, and trim this back, off on 4. Oh, that one was way too long. All right, let's see. That all looks good to me. I'm going to go back and listen to it, turn off the Met. Good, I'm pretty happy with that. I need to click save up here, so I save the project. And then the way that I turn this in is I copy this link up here, and then I attach that link to my Soundtrap project on Google Classroom, and then I click turn in. Good luck.